quiet process is vital. There are a lot of firms out there that may be able to generate an offer for a company if given 2 years to do so. There are others that might be able to generate an offer for capital or M&A within a year, still looking at a 2-year process all in. At Hillview Partners, one of our key differentiators is we generate offers within 100 days of an engagement. We guarantee that we will generate offers within 100 days of either taking a company to the market, to exit a business, or to secure capital. It's a guarantee that we meet. Since implementing it, we've never had an engagement that hasn't met this timeline. Now, the balance in getting offers is not just covering the universe with an opportunity. A billboard can get an offer for a situation, but is it quiet? No, deliberately not so. But likewise, in business where quiet discretion is necessary, sending opportunities to lists of 10,000 people is not going to accomplish that. There are companies that are selling businesses and securing capital, and we certainly won't name names, that are sending out flyers every week with all of their opportunities to lists of people they have no idea who are on it, and even paper mail as well. We get the mail to see if potentially we want to sell our business, or if potentially we are interested in buying a company. And so discretion is not the same for every participant in the market. Now, when a company that's for sale or a company that's seeking capital is out in the market and it gets found out, there's 3 main categories of people that it's going to rattle, and there's 1 main category of people that it's going to empower. All of these situations are not things that you want. First, your clients. If your client realizes or believes that you're going to be sold, you're going to have questions. If your employees believe that you're going to be sold or need capital for some time-sensitive situation, you're going to have a lot of questions. And we've seen situations where banks get wind of this and start creating hurdles and headaches as well. Lastly, it gives power to your competitors. Don't think for a second that if a competitor finds out that one of its arch rivals is going to sell itself, and it's not going to spread that information all throughout the market, poison the water wherever it can. Look, we all like to think better and that people will act diplomatically, but we always say, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. What you ideally want when exiting a company or securing capital is to make an announcement at the close or after the close, or perhaps not at all. But in either case, you don't want the outside world or any parties that you don't specifically want to know that something's going on to know that something's going on. We don't say something going on like it's a bad thing. It's a strategic objective that's important. However, the dust that it can kick up along the way can be very distracting, and therefore it's pivotal to not only have a expedient, efficient, effective process, but a discreet one and a quiet one. So the big question is then, how do you have a process and retain that discretion while at the same time accomplishing the goal in an expedient manner? At our firm, we've been spending years creating a proprietary process, and one that we've developed from my own background in the investment banking world for 15 plus years, is that first you have to have access to the right people. Who is going to buy a company? Who is going to provide capital to a company? Having a database, having relationships of thousands and thousands of people that participate in this market, knowing exactly what some people want, knowing what they don't want, knowing what timelines they will work on, knowing what industries, sub-niches, stratas of revenue, stratas of EBITDA, stages in the company life cycle. There are many, many variables, and having the access to the right parties not only saves you time of not wasting time with the wrong parties, but in having iterations of these discussions, you then have the access to these people. And that evolves into not just access, but the ability to have direct communications. When we go out to market with an opportunity, we could speak to 100, 200, 300 people, but it's all direct. One-to-one, direct communications from a principal of our firm to a decision maker or someone on the decision maker's team within a prospective acquirer, whether that be financial or strategic. All information and discussions with those parties are on an anonymous basis until non-disclosure agreements are signed, and then we have a further proprietary process of ours to make sure that information stays discreet, quiet, and no one in the outside world knows what's happening until the appropriate time to inform the appropriate people. And so having the access to the right people, conducting communications on a one-to-one process, and then our own proprietary process that we've worked on for many years to have many, many iterations of these one-to-one communications, hundreds of them for certain situations, that's what ultimately yields the best result in the best timeline, and of course quietly. As you explore the world of advisory firms, or any business for that matter, you'll see there's a great chasm between average and good. But the chasm between average and good is not even close to the chasm between the average of good and elite. We've worked very hard to construct our process here at Hillview Partners to not be a good firm, but to be an elite firm. And in doing so, we can deliver elite results without the aggravation within an unmatched timeline, and quietly. If there's something to do, it's announced when it's appropriate. If ultimately the decision is to not do something, the whole market can be explored, the offers can be received, the structures and transactions can be evaluated, and if the decision is not to do something, it's as if the world never knew something was happening. And that's the way you want it. When there's something to do and you do it, people know. That's not the case. Only the people that need to know need to know. So that's our thought for today. Discretion is pivotal when it comes to an M&A or capital transaction. Appreciate everyone's time. Keep pushing forward. God bless. We'll see everyone next time.